So again, 5 mana makes 6 mana, that is infinite mana, and we just have to repeat this a bunch of times to then play Finale of Devastation. GG! Hello YouTube, welcome to Fine Day. Today we are going to have a look at Marwyn the Nurturer in Historic Brawl. This deck aims to win by generating a ton of mana with Marwyn, tapping and untapping her repeatedly over and over and over, and then just finishing it off with, I guess, Crater of Behemoth, right? So this is not Elf Tribal, and I've just chose to go through the direction of Fiddlestorm. That's the deck where you have a creature and you tap it, untap, and then you just gain mana from that. So Marwyn has the gives you green equal to the amount of power. So if we now play something like a where is it? The Titanic Grove for 2 mana. Now Marwyn is a 5/5 at the very least, right? So we spend 2 mana to gain 4 mana basically, but we gain more and more mana as we play cards like Witch's Web, because then she gets plus, and then we can untap her as well, and we just get a ton of mana. And we use that mana to tutor creatures. We get creatures like Primordial Sage, like we draw more cards, more and more cards. We have an infinite combo here with Kogla the Titan Ape and Hyrax Tower Scout if we have enough power on Marwyn, because that allows us to bounce the scout, play the scout, bounce the scout, play the scout, and infinitely untap her. And if we then have something like a Great Henge on the field or any other draw engines, we can just draw a ton of cards from that, basically the whole deck. And yeah, with all that mana, Finale of Devastation into a Crater of should do the trick, especially if Marwyn has all this power, right? Yeah. So the rest of the deck, we have a bunch of hexproof cards. These hexproof cards also incidentally give Marwyn a bit of power, so that's great. And we have some ramp in the form of elves mostly, because if we play an elf, she does get a +1/+1 counter, so they're a bit cheaper, basically, or like they pay for themselves. Paradox Engine is just a good card to untap Marwyn over and over again, and then some of the MVPs of the deck include Rishkar's Expertise, where we draw cards equal to the power, the greatest power among creatures we control, and that's just a ton with Marwyn on the field. We really don't play that many lands. We're currently on 33 lands plus 2 dual phase lands, because we go up to 3 lands and we just try to draw a ton of cards after that anyways, right? So yeah, this is the deck. Hope you enjoy it, and please don't forget to like and subscribe the video. Let's go. We are ready to play against Judith the Scourge Diva, which is most likely the worst possible matchup. Rakdos is known for being able to do, like, Rakdos is known for removing 3 mana 1/1s basically. They're only playing odd cards, that is good to know. So we start out on Druid of the Cowl. I think it's less likely to die, right? Druid of the Cowl, sure. If we get a 1 mana hexproof card, that would be amazing for us. So we can force the opponent to activate it basically, and then we can follow with the Marwyn, but I think I'm fine with doing no blocks here. They go double 1-drop here. Yeah. Sure. And I think I will just take this little risk and expose Marwyn here. Try to go for the win next turn. So I can play Sculptor of Winter as an elf, Skyshroud Lookout as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then we have Synchronized Strike coming up. Okay, yep, we take all of this juicy damage, because if we kill one of their creatures, Marwyn dies here. And now we just try to go for the win. So we play an elf. We... no. We play another elf. Yep. Okay, and we Synchronized Strike, untap 2 creatures. Yep, now we have even more mana. And the question becomes, do we use that mana to use Harmonize? I think we do. Let's draw a bunch of cards. Is there an untapper among you? No. Quite sad, honestly. I think I will just go slow, hold up the Ranger's Guile, and I don't see the button on the bottom right now because of the cat. Yeah, and let's just keep it safe. We hold up Ranger's Guile for a commander and we just win with Crater of next turn. Yeah, seems good. Also, which one of the promo versions is your favorite one? Because I do have both of them because I bought the pack, right? There is the Scribble one, and then there is this drawn out weird looking one, and I really like this. Okay. Foundry Street Denizen. Wait, can they just kill me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? 11. Can they do 6 damage of 3 mana? I don't think so. Even Embercleave plus something does it, right? Okay. Oh, it's 6 damage, not 7. Did I say 6 or 7? Something. Okay, and if they buy back Obosh, they are just dead. They're always dead here. Like, I don't see how they ever win this. Ranger's Guile is just pretty good, I guess. They should have done this in my upkeep, because then I would have needed to spend the 1 mana in my upkeep, but I guess it doesn't matter. Crater Hoof. And swing in. GG. We are ready to play against Halana and Elena. And let's see. Sure, I think this is keepable. Turn 1 Chromatic Sphere. Also, if the camera is shaking right now, that is because my webcam is mounted on my screen. And the cat does things. I think that's the best way to describe it, right? I think we're going to crack the sphere next turn. Like, in some cases, cracking the sphere late is beneficial if we just play a ton of creatures, and then we only get to scry, but I kind of really want to hit the land drop here. Okay. I guess we just go for this. It's kind of risky, but I feel like they're just going to play Alana and Elena and put a counter on Incubation Druid. First I ruin games. Okay, that kind of scares me. Yep, perfect. Yeah, I think I like going with Llanowar Elves. And then just chill for a bit. Here's Empath. Yeah, seems good. Yep, and we search for... this is interesting. What do we even search for? I think I like searching for the Kogla, just as a bit of interaction here. Yep. No attacks. Cat, what are you doing? I have a slight feeling that... Come here. Okay, sure. Put 3 counters on Incubation Druid. Madam is currently in fight mode, as you can see. She eats and bites everything that comes even remotely close to her. Right? She's a very, very playful cat. Okay, I am going to use my 1 mana to then put a counter on Marwyn and give it hexproof. Lovely. That's exactly why we took it slow, basically. And let's see. Yep, Elysian Caryatid. Sure. seems fine. Okay, I think I will start out on giving Marwyn a bit of extra power. Yep. Now, I think I can play Great Hand for Henge for 1, but if I could potentially play it later for a bit less. I think I like starting out on the. Oh wait, can I just kill them here with Primal Command? Oh yeah, that is lethal, huh? Okay. Gain life okay. Put on top. So I put, I guess, you on top. And I search for Hyrax Tower Scout. I play the Tower Scout. Untap. I know that's exactly not lethal, right? I don't have enough mana to return. Because this is 6. Yeah, I don't have enough mana to return. I still think just playing Kogla here seems like a good idea. Put them off their mana, and now I can now play Great Henge, and I can now return my Hyrax Tower Scout for lethal next turn. And I don't think they can kill me here, or in any meaningful way interact with me. Maybe they can kill the Marwyn, right? Maybe. Yes. Yes, you're attacking everything. That is unfortunate. And I will use this opportunity to return my Hyrax Tower Scout to hand. That means that I don't have lethal next turn, in a way that I have infinite ETBs, but yes. I have infinite ETBs next turn, but I don't get anything from it, right? Well, that's a bit tricky. Skargan Hellkite. Sure. Okay. Also, I'm actually not going up in mana on this turn, which is pretty funny. Okay, Druid of the Cowl. I use Harmonize. I then use Hyrax Tower Scout on Marwyn and untap you, Ranger's Guile, and that is lethal because what ends up happening here is for 5 mana I gain 6 mana. Whoops. Okay, double Q doesn't work, which is awful, but I guess we will manage. So again, 5 mana, make 6 mana, that is infinite mana, and we just have to repeat this a bunch of times to then play Finale of Devastation. GG. We are ready to play against Slogurg? Yes, Slogurg the Overslime. I have never seen that guy being played, ever. But we have Untapper, we have buffs. Although all of them small, I think some games can just be one of like good cards like Kogla. So let's go for it. Florahedron, sure, reasonable. I start here with the Leaf Gilder. Counter spells is what we're worried of, but I think they're just, yep, Commander. Everything's reasonable here. Yep, and now I feel quite safe with the Snakeskin Veil up my sleeve. Might even... Nah, I think it's not worth putting a counter on Marwyn, just so I can go turbo things out. Now this is interesting. Yep, they make a big old tree folk.
The trees are mighty.
Now I think I like this. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Visionary, draw a card. And I think I will just go ahead and Kogla. Whenever land is put in graveyard from anywhere, put a counter on it. I think I... Yeah, let's do it like this. And they do get a cycling land. So now the big thing is I need to get a way to just draw cards here. If I can draw cards, I likely win. Like a Rishkar's expertise is probably winning this situation. Okay. I feel like I can just go attacking with Marwyn, like, yeah. Yeah. Oh, and this is an artifact. Wait, oh, that's so nutty. It's also forcing me to do that, right? Okay, and I'm just using the steady aim here. Yeah. Use my combat tricks, basically. And they return their treasure vault. That's fine. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta go on the beatdown plan. I have enough mana right now. Like, obviously this is great if I have a huge draw engine, but I don't have one, so like this is... I'm just using this as a combat trick to remove the commander. And Kogla alone is just pretty good. Like, they can't play the treasure vault, otherwise it just dies on attack, right? Okay. They put like what, 5 lands into play? 4? What's the worst that could happen? 5 lands and a Field of the Dead. That is the worst that could happen. Well. Now this is awkward, isn't it? Slogurk, sure. Now this is actually awful. Now they just like plus Renin 7 and 0 plus 0, just dump a whole lot of lands into play. Explore, sure, additional land drop. Yeah, the Field of the Dead there was pretty bad for us. Everything but a field would have been nice, basically. But so far it doesn't seem like they have a big draw engines or a big payoff, so kind of fine, but it's... Need to draw something here. Okay, each player mills 3 cards, sure. Ah, kind of wanted that finale. Yeah, let's see. Field triggers an additional time, sure. Eccentric Farmer. Yep, Slogurk grows even more. I'm just going to let a couple of attacks go through and then just jump with the Visionary later. I'm kind of fine with that. Oh no, it has trample, right? Oh, it does have trample. But I don't think they traded for the Kogla. Yeah, thought so. Okay, Visionary is fine. That's a redraw. That kind of buffs Marwyn. Sure. Yep. And there's the Gullet Goose. And this is the like problem with the deck. Sometimes you just don't draw your draw engines, and that is not optimal. Definitely not optimal. Okay, cycling. Slogurk grows and grows. And they can just return Slogurk to just return more lands as well. They exile Finale. That's actually annoying. Now I can't regrowth it. I think it was like steady aim and Finale, to be perfectly honest. Like in untap row is also pretty good. Yeah, so our tier is Craterhoof or just an elf. The 3 mana elf that searches a Craterhoof as well, right? They have a ton of toughness though. ton of toughness, so yeah, not even sure if Kratos does kill them here. Probably, it's Kratos, right? Timeless Witness, what do they return here? Do they have an extra turn? No, Krasis then, right? Yeah. Tachyova, I honestly, not Tachyova. Yeah, Tachyova would have been a pretty good one as well. And now they're greeting it and not even playing the Krasis? Interesting. They want to do that now? Sure, I guess. Oh, I thought that was an untapper. Oh well. So that was just bad. Doesn't matter. Well, it does matter. No, it's not. Yeah, I'm leaving the creature in hand just so I can play it with, like, when I have relevant cards for it, into the royal bouncing. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, but then I would have returned the Tachyova, right? Because that was exactly 4 additional mana, 5 additional mana. Yeah. Yeah. But I think I can pack it up here. Yeah. That is a good game. GG. We are ready to play against Kefnet. And... ooh! Isn't that a cool hand? We need an untapper. Other than that, that's pretty fire. Not gonna lie. So, I think I go first as well, right? So I can bring Marwyn under counter spells, except if they have a wash away. That's pretty good. Yep, Wall of Runes, sure. I am able to play my Marwyn here. Oh, that's huge. Do I care? It's kind of a really good card in the deck, right? I think so. If I bottom it, I try to win next turn, right? If I Marwyn, Aggressive Urge, return, something like that. But I think I can just wait a turn, and if I wait a turn, the Augur of Autumn is just amazing. Because I am going to have 3 different powers. This is 2, this is 1, and then Marwyn is, in actual combo turns, just way larger than that, right? So let's start on this. Okay, no land on top. And I think I can... so do I cycle the Aggressive Urge here? I know I have a Kogla, right? Sure. Okay. Because with the Kogla on top, I can just draw 7 off of that, even if Marwyn is a bit smaller. Yep, Deliberate. I drop a turn for Kogla here, which is still just decent. Land off the top, perfect. And I'm just slow rolling this a bit. Okay, and we have lethal next turn with the infinite. Do we have enough mana though? No, we don't have an untapper. That is the problem. If we had an untapper, we could go like Giant Growth, then give Marwyn plus power and stuff drawing. Untapping, we can then Primal Command, search for Tower Scout. No, then problem is we don't have, if we do that, we don't have a way to, like, we don't have a payoff for that, so it doesn't work. Okay, they're screwed on lands, which is probably really good for us. Okay. Perfect. So I think this is a time where we just land wolves. Yep. Yeah, and they scoop it up just from the pure value we're getting here from the Augur. GG. We are ready to play against Nethroy, Apex of Death, and should be a pretty fun match. Oh yes. Draw engine, tutor, mana. We don't have an untapper, but at this point it doesn't matter, right? Like we're just elf balling anyways. Beautiful. Oh my lord. Please don't have interaction opponent, I guess. Binding, sure. Each player mills 3. That's a Gearhulk, yep. And I'm just leaving this untapped. I don't care about the 2 damage right now, and maybe it influences what they play, maybe holding up the giant growth will matter. No black, that is beautiful for me, okay. We're in business here. I think it's worth it just to ritual out the growth, because that not only gives mana to Marwyn, but also makes our Great Hedge cheaper. And I think that is great. Started on the Visionary, I think? Then... Great Hedge. Yep. And now we... Honor Shaman. Yep, beautiful, beautiful. And, sure, we can swing in. No, I don't care. And next turn I have 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I can hoof them, but they don't die from it. Right? Because I have to tap 1, 2... Yeah, I have to tap a bunch of cards here. 1, 2... I think I can... This is 10 mana, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. But then I hoof for... No, it is lethal. Yeah. It is definitely lethal. Finale. Get the hoof. Yep. Because it is lethal because of the hoof ETB, right? Yeah. I was just thinking, because this is basically 10 toughness, because it's 5 and then just gains 5 life as well, but... Yeah. GG. We already play against the Yarok the Desecrated. And let's see where this game takes us. Oh yes, Guardian Project, just a value engine. We have Ramp. Irresistible Prey. Like, these cards are just... Like, I have a bunch of 1-mana cantrips because they're... You just want to have your good cards, basically. And if I don't draw them, I'm kind of sad, so I just want to increase the likelihood of drawing those. This is interesting. I think I start with the Guardian Project here, and then if I draw a land next turn, like I have 2 draws, I can draw a card and Marwyn, and if I draw a land from that, I can play the Elvish Visionary afterwards. Oh, that's not great. But now I have the Hexproof up for Marwyn. Sadly, Irresistible Prey is not an instant, but they're missing colors because Incubation Root doesn't tap for any color, so they have to get a blue-black dual land untapped into play if they want to play Yarok on curve. I think they use the Field of Ruin on my Malagat. Yeah, that's reasonable. Yep. This particular forest is better than all the other ones, apparently. Okay, and start by drawing a card. Yep, sure. Ooh, that's a pretty good card. And I think... do I want to attack him with Marwyn, forcing the Reclamation Sage block? Oh, no, it's not only the Reclamation Sage block, but also they have to block with everything, so that just takes them off mana again, which is pretty great, I think. Not playing the Turn Timber. I think I'm just going to play that as an actual card later on. Okay. So now what do we have here? Snow-covered forest. If I go Soul of Harvest, Hyrax, Tower Scout, that's pretty cool, I guess, right? I think just going Turn Timber... Is this whenever ETBs? So... Yeah. Hyrax. Just cycle this, basically. I know I could have generated one more mana with the Ranger Skull, but I kind of just want that card in my hand. Now they will play Black Source and Yarok, right? Black Source? Yarok? Yeah, perfect. Okay, and I think now we just try to go for the win. Right? Yeah, especially with a Mox Amber. So where do we start? Where do we start? Is it worth it to play the Augur of Autumn? That's the first question. Well, let's start actually with the Augur of Autumn. Yes, draw a card. Okay, play the land off the top. And now that is a pretty good card to draw. So honestly, I just might go adapt. Yes, adapt you. Tab. Synchronized Strike. And now we can turn Timber. And that's an Arboreal Grazer. Amazing. Yep. And that was kind of poo-poo, as they say. It's fine though. And plus trample. No attacks. No, I think I'm offering the Soul of Harvest for the Yarok. Yep, and they don't take it. This is awful in a bunch of ways, just because I do not have a creature on top. Okay, I offer Promise. That is fine. That doesn't, like, an Age of Treachery would have been devastating here. But this just creates 4 zombies. The life gain doesn't matter too much, because if we kill them, we really kill them, right? Dark Ritual. Ooh, what are you doing now? Colorless Blood Mage. Okay, fine. If you exile, yeah, I'm also fine with exile. Like, regrowth. We kind of want to regrowth like Harmonize or Turn Timber, right? Okay. Creature on top, please. We just want a good old creature on top. This is not amazing. Let's just put it this way, not amazing. Yep, let's put you on reach. Whatever.
Is our greatest strength.
This is fine. Like, if we don't die, we don't die. But we die. Anyways, Hash Up Oasis would have given Marwyn plus. We could have lost. Like, we had mana for days, but we, yeah, the top decks were not with us. That is a good game. Creator of Happens. GG. We are done with the games. I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did, and this is my version of Marwyn the Nurturer Fiddlestorm in Historic Brawl. I quite like the deck. It's just a wrong half kind of deck, right? Sometimes you just have all the mana in the world, but you don't have to draw engines, and sometimes you have to draw engines, but no mana, and you need to draw your pieces, basically, and you don't have too many tutors in these colors to get different pieces to stitch it all together. That is the main problem. Other than that, the deck is actually not that expensive if you already own the cards that are important for the deck. What do I mean by that? So, the only really important cards for this deck to have are the cards that untap Marwyn, which most of them are common or uncommon, and then your card advantage engines, and this is where it gets triggered, because I'd call a card advantage engine in this deck every card that draws you more than one card, or just be like lets you play cards from the top of your deck. But those are the expensive cards, right? Like Primordial Sage, Risk-Curse Expertise, Soul of the Harvest, right? You even like this deck probably plays the 7 mana side of Turn Timber Symbiosis the most out of any deck I've ever played, right? like Augur of Autumn, Harmonize, all those cards really add up in this deck. Yeah, so you really want those draw spells. And then at the like low end of the spectrum, your cards are actually not that like expensive to craft, so I think that is kind of fine. But again, the cards you really want are sadly the expensive ones in this deck. But wait, so let's see. Yeah, you have to have some cards for this, but most of the cards you won't regret crafting, right? Like a Beast Whisperer you will use in basically any elf deck. Same with Freyalise. Like I think that's the best comparison I can give you. If you have an elf deck, then this deck is actually not that expensive to craft. Yeah. Anyways, this was it for today. If you enjoyed this deck, if you think a certain card should be in here, just write it down in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I will see you tomorrow.